Oops. And then away there. Taking out the last few screws on this SB220. Gonna do a little check and peek and see if anything's, I can tell where they had a flashover. Still runs good, but I do believe one of my problems is that this tube that came with it, the Chinesium one, might be pretty much poo-pooed out. It looks beautiful, but the new Taylor, when I was running one tube like BBI done for that Jeff video, I think it was. No, that was for the one for the show, Proven Show 500. I just couldn't get more than like 250, 300 watts out of it. And I thought, damn, you know, there's something wrong with my circuit. But it was unbalanced because I'm only running one tube, and it was just for intermittent tests, so BBI says cool. Anyway, got me a Taylor off RF Parts. Shout out to RF Parts. Got awesome shit. Got the Taylor, plugged it in, bam. You know, it's smoking. It's doing a great job. This one's just, I think, just carrying the balance, kind of to balance out the circuit that there's a tube in place. But this one's carrying the load. I don't want that to be an issue as far as the stability of the other tube. Supposedly it's not supposed to, especially since I'm underdriving it. I'm not dumping 100 watts into it. I'm only putting like, you know, very little watts into it. Dead key. Now I do swing up to about a couple hundred, but that's typically, you know, acceptable for these, I guess, from what all I've heard and seen on the data sheets and stuff. But anyhow, make a long story short, I'll get back to you as soon as I get this popped open. I can focus on these screws here. Alright, peace. I will be back. Alright, got the top off. I'm going to see if I can find me one of my little cheap lighters here that has a flashlight in it. Yeah, it's kind of a blue LED, so this ain't going to work too hot. I don't know if you can tell or not. Yeah, not really. That strap right here that comes off the coil, I think that one is the one I had that was oxidized. I'm going to dust this off good. There's no burns on the, I don't see any scoring or burn marks or anything. But the flash was up here. It could have flashed at this doorknob, because it was up in this front end of the deck. It wasn't the back end of the deck. Maybe I'll get some more suppressors. That's good and tight. That beast right in there, I'm going to get the numbers off of it. Let's see if you can see it. That's its ground reference to everything the way it was explained to me by Mr. BBI. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to get a price on this doorknob, that capacitor, and what else? There's another thing I wanted. Oh, right there. If I can get the numbers off of it, it should be a 0.0. Well, I can't see because of the light. 0.005 at 5 kV. Looks like 0.001 on here. I have to read the specs again. That might be a little low for it. Maybe that's what the problem is. They have the wrong value in there. I believe it's a 0.005. This is a 0.001. So that would change up a whole. That's quite a bit when you get down into that kind of a decimal. So we'll put this phone on the charger a little while and peep out what's going on. Nothing looks burned. Everything looks cool. And like I said, it's still running. It's just, it had that little flash. That, and on high tap, it wasn't making that much difference compared to what the low is doing. So I'm thinking because of this tube not coming on and really starting to bust ass, it's depending on this one to make it up, that I only gain about 300 watts. I get about 2,300 out of it with both tubes lit. I mean, you know, running high tap, and about 1,800, 1,700, 1,800, depending on the voltage running that day. That's still good for this, but I do have a very good, stable power source. I have a dedicated 220. The only thing on it is this, and you don't see any lights dimming and no power decrease. I run a clip-on on it all the time. Well, 90% of the time. If it ain't that clip-on, I'll have a little clip-on like this. I like to see amp pull, kind of associated with the meter. Once I get used to these meters, I won't even need any kind of external stuff. I'll be able to just know what's going on because I can tell the characteristics of what's been established. Alright, man. Get this video shot up there. I hope this might help somebody. If they're having an intermittent problem, maybe they could leave me a comment. Alright, peace. 700 Weed Killer back out.